Dear fathers and brothers in Jesus Christ, these days we were having our journey through the life of our dear saint by reflecting upon different aspects of her life. And today, especially, we reflect upon the suffering of Saint Therese. One of her best quotations goes like this: I had to pass through the crucible of trial and to suffer from my childhood in order to be offered earlier to Jesus. From these words of our dear saint, we understand the great feeling that she had in her life, to be suffered, to be passed through the path of suffering, and thus to become an earlier offering to Jesus. As we go through the life of our dear saint, we see plenty of moments where she suffered a lot. She lost her mother at the age of just 4.5. Terrible experiences at school after the death of her mother. Losing her second mother, her loving sister Pauline. Her struggle to get permission to enter the Carmelite convent at the age of 15. Her sickness. After entering to the convent, the sickness and all the sufferings she had, and her father's mental illness. Like this, there are many known and unknown sufferings in her life, and these sufferings would be enough to call her a great saint. But we may question that why do we keep her as a great saint? Because there are many other saints who suffered a lot, even more than her. These kinds of doubts would be clarified when we go through her own words, which I said in the beginning. I had to pass through the crucible of trial and to suffer from my childhood in order to be offered earlier to Jesus. She knew that she has to suffer in order to be offered to Jesus. She never asked why I am suffering, but she asked, am I suffering well? There is a saying that storms make trees take deeper roots. Saint Therese has already taken her roots deeper in Christ by her love for suffering, as she realized that to become a saint, one must suffer a great deal, always seek what is best and forget oneself. Therese knew that she has to forget herself in order to be remembered by Christ and to be offered herself to Christ, to continue her relationship with Christ by asking many more suffering to be united with Him. Dear brothers, always keep in mind her words. When God stretches out His hands to ask for a suffering or for a sacrifice, His hand is never empty, and His intimate friends can draw from Him the courage and strength they need. So, if we are to be faced with many sufferings in our life, just stretch our hands and ask the loving Jesus the strength and courage to face those sufferings. And that is what our dear saint teaches us to follow. Always expect sufferings in our life. We will receive strength to enjoy those sufferings. And let us enjoy the heavenly bliss here on this earth by enjoying the sufferings. And let us ask the blessings to face the sufferings with the courage and strength that God provides us. Let our dear Saint Therese help us and guide us. Amen.